Amistad and Harper Audio present If We Are Brave, Essays from Black Americana by Theodore Johnson. This is the author. In loving memory of my mother, Sandra Lee Johnson, and grandmother, Orabelle Lee, for gifting the passion and capacity to learn hard things and for being my first readers. Author's Note. Live from the repast. I am a Gen X son of the Black South. I spent my childhood summers in Blakely, Georgia, with my grandparents and the steady stream of aunts and uncles and cousins who traveled from points up north for week-long stays. My favorite memories of those days are the times when everyone was home, usually around the 4th of July. There was food in every inch of the kitchen, meat on the grill. The eating was always good. And then without fail, the time came when these all-day cookouts splintered into after-dinner salons and rap sessions, always gendered. The men outside, the women inside or on the porch. Everyone is full. The glassy eyes say some are sleepy after waking at the crack of dawn, and that others have had as much to drink as to eat. Children's laughter and running are everywhere, switches for smart mouths too. In these country summers with lightning bugs blinking around men's bravado and tobacco, the laughing and philosophizing begin. No long story is ever made short out here. Some of the shorter stories are tales completely made up. The men are in a semicircle, either around the grill with ashy charcoal sheltering a red ball of heat, or gathered around a fryer, dropping the last bit of catfish that'll be at breakfast tomorrow. There are dogs lying around, eyes begging, and the roads are dirt. The women have their own thing. Stories bounce around on the kikiing. We can hear their voices in the night, but cannot make out the words. And when I wander inside, I'm hurried away. Go back outside, they say. The part always left unsaid is with the men. So I go, grabbing pound cake on the way out. Back with the uncles and grown cousins, I pull up a chair but stay out of the way. The night's wisdom only comes when the children are invisible. The stories, the rhythm, the turning over of news and ideas, examining them for truth. The baritone chuckles of old men saying the most ridiculous things, a cigarette in one hand and a beer in the other. If I tell you a duck could pull a truck, shut up and hook the sucker up. I learn out here while my sisters and the nieces get their schooling from the ladies' caucus. Inside and out, the life lessons are invaluable. The way to connect, the way to tell a story, the way to share, what to share. We young folk don't know what's happening, but we are being molded, shaped by a culture older than everything around us. Country Black philosophizing exceeds Plato in my world, where the elders' insights are far sharper than those of the people the world believes to be better. The mark of adulthood in these scenes is when you're no longer invisible. Outside, it is a rite of passage for a young man to be invited into the conversation, to be given the floor. Some squander the moment, jumping in before they're ready, and it isn't pretty. The humbling that occurs in these rituals is not for the meek. Others seize it and soar. A few are pulled off the sidelines, whether they like it or not, because it was time. After I went off to fancy schools in the military, my re-entry into these circles came with questions about all things politics, race, war, and so on. Tell me something new, nephew. That's a siren song. It's an invitation to ruin as much as a chance to shine. Will playful embarrassment follow? Or maybe I'll win the day, making the old men laugh so hard drinks are spit out and coughing fits sound from all directions. Here, he a fool is a compliment. But no matter one's education or profession, the younger conversationalists are reminded that there are smarts and kinds of intelligence that universities and institutions cannot teach, that other worlds either do not value or do not understand. When these circles are at their best, you learn who your people are, where you come from, where you fit in, that you belong. If you can hold your own here, you can hold it anywhere, with any kind of people. I am writing in the pages that follow like I am trying to explain my view on things in the storytelling ways of those wise souls on dark summer nights around charcoal embers, swatting at mosquitoes and flies. Sometimes my life gets in the way. I am a product of the military, and churches and universities and blackness and white suburbs and the South and other institutions. It's impossible.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?